Hello, Tax House viewers. Welcome to this video on the science of happiness. Happiness is something that we all strive for, but it can often feel elusive or difficult to achieve. While some people might believe that happiness is something that you're born with, research suggests that it is something that can be learned and cultivated over time. In this video, we'll explore the question of whether you can learn to be happy, and the role that habits and practices play in cultivating happiness. We'll delve into the science of happiness, discuss the habits and practices of happy people, and explore some of the challenges of pursuing happiness in our modern lives. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of the science of happiness and some practical strategies for cultivating more joy and contentment in your own life. So, let's dive in. Roman 2. The concept of happiness. Happiness is a complex and multifaceted emotion that can be difficult to define. At its core, happiness refers to a general sense of well-being and contentment with life. It is often described as a positive emotional state that is characterized by feelings of joy, pleasure, and satisfaction. However, happiness is not the same as pleasure, which is a short-term feeling that arises from experiencing something enjoyable, such as eating a delicious meal or watching a funny movie. While pleasure is certainly a component of happiness, it is not the only one. Researchers have identified several different dimensions of happiness, including life satisfaction, the extent to which individuals feel satisfied with their lives as a whole. Life satisfaction is a broad and subjective measure that takes into account factors such as an individual's health, relationships, career, and personal goals. Individuals with high levels of life satisfaction tend to feel that their lives are meaningful and fulfilling, and they are more likely to have positive emotions and experiences. Positive emotions. The frequency and intensity of positive emotions, such as joy, contentment, and excitement. Positive emotions can arise from a wide range of experiences, from spending time with loved ones to achieving a personal goal. Research suggests that individuals who experience more positive emotions tend to be happier and have better mental and physical health. Meaning and purpose. The sense of meaning and purpose that individuals derive from their lives and their activities. Meaning and purpose can come from a variety of sources, such as work, religion, or relationships. Individuals who have a strong sense of meaning and purpose tend to be happier and more resilient in the face of adversity. Engagement and flow. The degree to which individuals feel absorbed and engaged in the activities they are doing. Engagement and flow occur when individuals are fully immersed in a task, and they lose track of time and self-consciousness. Individuals who experience high levels of engagement and flow tend to be happier and more productive. While the exact definition of happiness may be elusive, research suggests that it is a critical component of overall well-being and life satisfaction. Understanding the different dimensions of happiness can help individuals identify areas of their lives that may be contributing to or detracting from their overall happiness. In the next section, we'll explore the science of happiness in more detail. Roman 3. The science of happiness. The study of happiness, also known as positive psychology, is a relatively new field that has gained increasing attention over the past few decades. Positive psychology researchers have made significant progress in understanding what makes us happy and how we can cultivate more happiness in our lives. One of the key findings in the science of happiness is that happiness is not solely determined by external circumstances, such as wealth, status, or material possessions. While these factors can certainly contribute to our overall well-being, research suggests that they are not the most important determinants of happiness. Instead, researchers have identified several key factors that are strongly associated with happiness, including genetics. While our genetics do play a role in our happiness levels, they are not the sole determinant of our happiness. Researchers estimate that genetics account for about 50% of our happiness levels, with the other 50% being influenced by external factors and our own behaviors and habits. Circumstances. Our external circumstances, such as income, education, and health, do have some impact on our happiness levels. However, this impact tends to be relatively small and short-lived. For example, winning the lottery may lead to a temporary boost in happiness, but this boost is likely to fade over time as we adapt to our new circumstances. Behaviors and habits. Our own behaviors and habits play a significant role in our happiness levels. Research suggests that cultivating habits such as gratitude, social connections, and self-care can have a significant positive impact on our well-being. In fact, studies have shown that people who engage in these kinds of behaviors tend to be happier and more satisfied with their lives than those who do not. Mindset and perspective. Our mindset and perspective can also strongly influence our happiness levels. For example, individuals who are able to find meaning and purpose in their lives tend to be happier than those who feel aimless or disconnected. Additionally, individuals who practice mindfulness and focus on the present moment tend to be happier than those who are constantly worrying about the past or future. Personal strengths and values. Identifying and utilizing our personal strengths and values can also contribute to our overall happiness levels. When we engage in activities that align with our values and leverage our strengths, we tend to feel more fulfilled and satisfied with our lives. Understanding the science of happiness can help us identify strategies for increasing our own happiness levels. By focusing on the factors that we can control, such as our behaviors, habits, and mindset, we can cultivate more joy and contentment in our lives. In the next section, we'll explore the role that habits and practices play in cultivating happiness. Roman 4. The habits and practices of happy people. While happiness may seem like an elusive goal, research suggests that there are several habits and practices that happy people tend to engage in. By incorporating these habits into our own lives, we can increase our own levels of happiness and well-being. Here are some of the key habits and practices of happy people. Gratitude. Practicing gratitude involves consciously focusing on the good things in our lives, rather than dwelling on the negative. Research suggests that regularly expressing gratitude can lead to increased levels of happiness, as well as improved physical health and stronger relationships. Some ways to practice gratitude include keeping a gratitude journal, expressing gratitude to others, and simply taking a few moments each day to reflect on the things in our lives that we are grateful for. Social connections. Humans are social creatures, and research suggests that having strong social connections is a key component of happiness. Spending time with loved ones, joining clubs or organizations, and volunteering can all help to foster social connections and increase our overall well-being. Even small acts of social connection, such as chatting with a co-worker or smiling at a stranger, can have a positive impact on our happiness levels. Self-care. Taking care of ourselves both physically and mentally is essential for happiness. Engaging in regular exercise, getting enough sleep, and taking time for activities that we enjoy can all help to improve our well-being and happiness levels. It's important to remember that self-care looks different for everyone, and what works for one person may not work for another. Experimenting with different self-care practices can help us identify what works best for us. Mindfulness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Practicing mindfulness can help us to reduce stress and anxiety, increase our levels of happiness, and improve our overall mental health. Some ways to practice mindfulness include meditation, deep breathing exercises, and simply taking a few moments each day to focus on the sensations in our bodies and the world around us. Pursuing goals and passions. Having goals and passions that are aligned with our personal values and strengths can help to increase our sense of purpose and fulfillment, leading to greater levels of happiness. Whether it's learning a new skill, pursuing a creative hobby, or working toward a career goal, having something to strive for can help us feel more engaged and fulfilled in our lives. Acts of kindness. Engaging in acts of kindness, such as volunteering, donating to charity, or simply doing something nice for someone else, can increase our levels of happiness and well-being. Research suggests that acts of kindness can lead to increased levels of happiness, as well as reduced stress and improved physical health. Incorporating these habits and practices into our own lives may take some effort and intention, but research suggests that they can have a significant positive impact on our overall happiness levels. By focusing on the things that we can control, such as our behaviors and habits, we can cultivate more joy and contentment in our lives. The benefits of happiness. Beyond simply feeling good, happiness has a number of benefits for our overall health and well-being. Here are some of the key benefits of happiness. Improved physical health. Research suggests that happiness is associated with better physical health outcomes, including reduced risk of heart disease, stroke, and other chronic illnesses. Happier people also tend to have stronger immune systems, better sleep quality, and lower levels of inflammation. One study found that individuals who reported higher levels of happiness had a 22% lower risk of developing cardiovascular disease. Better mental health. Happiness is also strongly linked to better mental health outcomes, including reduced risk of depression and anxiety. Happy people tend to have higher levels of self-esteem, greater resilience in the face of adversity, and better coping skills. In fact, one study found that people who reported higher levels of happiness had a 20% lower risk of developing depression over time. Increased creativity and productivity. Happiness has been shown to increase creativity and productivity, as well as improve job satisfaction and work performance. Happier employees are also less likely to experience burnout or turnover. In one study, employees who reported higher levels of happiness were found to be 12% more productive than their less happy counterparts. Stronger social connections. Happy people tend to have stronger social connections and better relationships with others. This can lead to a range of benefits, including reduced stress, improved mental health, and increased feelings of belonging and support. One study found that happy people were more likely to have happy friends and family members, suggesting that happiness may be contagious. Increased longevity. Several studies have shown that happiness is associated with increased longevity. In fact, one study found that the most optimistic individuals had a 35% lower risk of dying prematurely compared to the least optimistic individuals. Happiness may help to reduce stress, lower inflammation, and improve overall health, leading to a longer and healthier life. By cultivating more happiness in our lives, we can experience a range of benefits that can improve our overall health, well-being, and quality of life. While happiness may not be the only factor influencing our health and longevity, research suggests that it is an important one. In the next section, we'll explore some specific strategies for increasing happiness through healthy habits and practices. Conclusion. In summary, happiness is a complex and multifaceted concept that is influenced by a range of factors, including genetics, circumstances, behaviors, and mindset. While we may not be able to control all of these factors, research suggests that there are specific habits and practices that we can engage in to increase our own levels of happiness and well-being. These habits include practicing gratitude, fostering social connections, engaging in self-care, cultivating mindfulness, pursuing goals and passions, and engaging in acts of kindness. By incorporating these habits into our own lives, we can experience a range of benefits, including improved physical and mental health, increased creativity and productivity, stronger social connections, and even increased longevity. While cultivating happiness may take some effort and intention, the benefits are well worth it. By focusing on the things that we can control, such as our behaviors and habits, we can increase our own levels of happiness and well-being. So, whether it's through practicing gratitude, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing our passions, let's make a commitment to cultivating more happiness in our lives.